Hi everybody, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, July 11th through Sunday, July 17th. But you know what, before I get started, I would like to say that I've noticed a lot of you are return viewers, but you're not subscribed to my channel. So if you could take the time to do that right now, subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell, you'll be notified each time I upload something. Okay, it really helps to keep my videos in circulation for other people to view, and actually any kind of interaction, even liking or sharing or commenting on my videos. It really helps me to put these videos out, to continue putting them out. Okay. So, anyways, let's see here. The aspects for this week are. The first is on Wednesday, July 13th. It's also the full moon in Capricorn, but full moons and new moons are covered in your monthly forecast, so you'll have to listen to it there. Anyways, on this day, Venus in Gemini trines Saturn in Aquarius. On Thursday, July 14th, Mercury in Cancer sextiles Uranus in Taurus. And on the same day, Venus in Gemini squares Neptune in Pisces. On Saturday, July 16th, the Sun in Cancer conjuncts Mercury in Cancer. And on Sunday, July 17th, Mercury in Cancer trines Neptune in Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Cancer trines Neptune in Pisces. So let's get to your forecast. Okay, so for Aries, on Wednesday, July 13th, Venus in Gemini in your 5th house trines Saturn, transiting in your, I'm sorry, I said Aries, up for Aquarius. Anyways, okay. Venus in your 5th house in Gemini trines Saturn in your 1st house in Aquarius. So, your 5th house is your house of romance. Great place to have Venus right now, right? And I believe, okay, well, it's also the house of fun and entertainment, creativity, gambling, sports, games, children, anything fun, okay? And I believe that's what is happening at this time. Either a romantic partner, or it could even be a child, is, dragging you out of the house or whatever to do something fun, to join them in something or other, but you need this, okay? So why not? I mean, it's a very nice aspect. It's not really, really strong, but it looks to me like somebody really wants you to join them doing something fun. Okay, on Thursday, July 14th, Mercury in Cancer in your 6th house sextiles Uranus, transiting in your 4th house of Taurus. And on the same day, Venus in Gemini in your 5th house squares Neptune, transiting in your 2nd house of Pisces. So your 6th house, where you have Mercury and even the Sun right now in Cancer, is your house of work, the kind of work that you do. It's your co-workers. Excuse me, it's your work schedule. It's also your house of health and your house of service. Now the sextile to Uranus in your 4th house of your home, your private life, your family. I would have to say, if you are working, you've been working from home, or you were at one time due to the pandemic and would like to do that again. Or this could be just even taking work home. Or it could be, okay, with this being the house of service. I always say it's a 50-50 thing, though, okay, as far as service goes, where someone needs you to do something for them. They need a favor. So they agree to do something for you in return, so you both benefit, okay? So this could be a family member or someone you live with that needs your help in some way or other. So the setup looks like it's fair enough. It's doesn't look like it's a very big deal, but to make sure that it's just a one-time thing, or if it's an ongoing thing, that you really think about it before you agree to it. Anyways, on the same day, having Venus in your 5th house of Gemini squaring Neptune in your 2nd house of Pisces, it's just another thing where Second house is earned income, your money, how you earn your money, your possessions, your valuables. It's just trying to figure out, you know, how much money you want to spend having fun. Okay? You could even have somebody pay your way at this time. If it's a romantic partner, it could be even a business partner, someone could pay your way to get you to have fun. Okay? On Saturday, July 16th, the Sun in Cancer in your 6th house conjuncts Mercury in your 6th house also, okay, of Cancer. So this could be something like in regards to, let's say, work, okay? This is like a beginning, a new beginning in some way or other. There could be some kind of big announcement or whatever at work, you know, that higher up, you know, let you know that the company wants to do this or that. Or there's some kind of change that's going to happen. Could be a change even just like in your work schedule or the way that work is done. You know, new instructions, a new way of doing things. Okay. This could also be like the 6th house is your house of health. You know, and this could be the, excuse me, the time of year every year where you get a checkup or something like that. So this could be the day where you hear back, you know, from the doctor's office about news maybe that you were waiting for in regards to your health. And this could also be a day, because the 6th house is the house of small pets, that you get one. You get a cat or a dog or some other kind of furry little thing or whatever, but you welcome a new pet into your home. Okay, on Sunday, July 17th, excuse me, on Sunday, July 17th, okay, Mercury in in Cancer in your 6th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 2nd house of Pisces, and on the same day, the Sun in Cancer in your 6th house also trines Neptune in your 2nd house of Pisces. I'm just going to finish your sign, then I'm going to have to stop and start again. Anyways, the Sun and Mercury in your 6th house, okay? Trining Neptune in your 2nd house of earned income just means that you're at the workplace, right? So you are working and bringing in more money, maybe. It could be you're doing a special job for someone. If you're self-employed, it could be something like that, or even if you do work for another company or something, that they pull you aside to work on something very specific, and that you'll be paid separately for it, you know, not like your normal rate of pay. It's something special, okay? Okay, so for Virgo, on Wednesday, July 13th, Venus in Gemini in your 10th house trine Saturn, transiting in your, let's see here, 6th house of Aquarius. So Venus in your 10th house of your career, your most public house in your chart. It's how you're known by reputation professionally and personally. So you're getting a lot of good press. People are saying very nice things about you, and also in regards to your work ethic even, just like what a good worker you are, or you really turn out first-rate work, you know, if whatever it is that you do for a living, okay? Because the trine is from your 10th house of your career to your 6th house of the workplace. Okay, now on Thursday, July 14th, Mercury in Cancer in your 11th house, 6th house, Uranus transiting in your 9th house of Taurus. And on the same day, Venus in Gemini in your 10th house squares Neptune transiting in your 7th house of Pisces. So we've got your 11th house, your most sociable house. Okay, this is your house of your friends and acquaintances, any kind of organization that you belong to. It's social media, but it's also socializing in person. It's where you would normally go to hang out with your friends, any kind of organization that you belong to. The nice sextile to Uranus in your 9th house means that possibly if you are making a new friend, they're very interesting. They may possibly come from another part of the world. You have a lot of things in common with them, and then you don't. So it's the things that you don't have in common with them that are making them very, very interesting to you. Okay, Venus on the same day, Venus in your 10th house squares Neptune in your 7th house of Pisces. So this isn't really a bad transit at all. You know, it's just your 7th house is your close relationships and partnerships. So let's say like a business associate, you know, may, I don't know, think that you are, should maybe be more careful with your public life or something, or don't be so open about it, or just that you should maybe be more careful about what you say or do in public. It's very minor aspect, okay? On Saturday, July 16th, the Sun in Cancer in your 11th house conjuncts Mercury in Cancer in your 11th house. And this could be the day where you receive a really important communication or have a really important talk with someone, one of your friends, okay? The 11th house is also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So something that you've been hoping for could actually happen on this day. I'm going to tell you to play the lottery on this day, even if it's just a rub-off ticket. But in America here, we have big jackpots with Mega Millions and Powerball. So if that's all you can afford to play, is play the game with the largest jackpot. Okay. You could also just run into someone if you're out somewhere, an old friend that you're very happy to see. Something could take place though at an event that you're attending for fun, you know, with your friends. You could be out seeing a live band or something somewhere, and something pretty neat could happen when you're out there, even if it's just to make a new friend. On Sunday, July 17th, Mercury in Cancer in your 11th house trines Neptune in your 7th house of Pisces, and on the same day, the Sun in Cancer in your 11th house does the same thing. Okay, trines Neptune in your 7th house of Pisces. So your 7th house is your close relationships. It looks like you're forming one with someone, okay, that a friend, an acquaintance, maybe a friend is now becoming a business partner or a romantic partner. But it's a very nice partnership is beginning between you and a friend or an acquaintance or just a member that you know from an organization that you belong to. Okay, so for Capricorn, on Wednesday, July 13th, Venus in Gemini in your 6th house trines Saturn in your 2nd house of Aquarius. So having Venus in your 6th house of the kind of work that you do, the workplace, your work schedule, co-workers, the very building where you work, very nice trine to your 2nd house of earned income, how you earn your money. Having Venus in the 6th house kind of means that you are making something Venus related. No matter where you work at this time, you could be put in charge of even purchasing things to beautify your working area, or something or other, or take care of something social that is going on with your company and your co-workers. But if you're self-employed, and especially if you do something creative, you're being like commissioned to do something for someone at this time. And obviously they're paying you for it. So that's what that trine is. On Thursday, July 14th, Mercury in Cancer in your 7th house, sextiles Uranus transiting in your 5th house of Taurus. On the same day, Venus in Gemini in your 6th house squares Neptune transiting in your 3rd house of Pisces. So the nice sextile from your 7th house, where you have Mercury sextiling Uranus in your 5th house of romance and fun and collaborations of any kind. So I think that there's some kind of talks going on here where you are pairing up with someone either for romance or for something creative. On the same day, with Venus in your 6th house in Gemini squaring Neptune in your 3rd house of Pisces, not a big deal at all. It's very minor. It just means that maybe you are telling maybe a little white lie that you can't work that day, you know, because you're not feeling well or something. But to me it looks like You're going to be doing something that, some kind of plans maybe that you might have with someone like in your own area, to do something fun in your own area, okay? On Saturday, July 16th, the Sun in Cancer in your 7th house conjuncts Mercury in Cancer in your 7th house. So this could be like a pretty big deal, okay, because this is the house of arrangements and agreements, partnerships. This is also the house of lawyers and sometimes contracts, you know, the written contract. That maybe someone presents you with something like that right now. It could be a contract of some kind. It could be just verbal, some kind of verbal arrangement that someone wants to make with you. This could be romantic, right? Where if you are seeing someone, you both decide not to see anyone else and you're exclusive. Or if you're in business with someone, or someone would like to go into business with you, it could start under this very transit. And you have to remember that Cancer is your opposite sign. Okay, so there's talks been going on here in your close relationships since planets have entered Cancer. Okay, maybe they're not always a lot of fun, but full moon was in your sign on Wednesday, the 13th, right? So this could be just like a continuation of some kind of talk that you had at that time with someone, you know, but it's very clear. You're very clear about what you want and what you don't want, so nobody could say that they didn't understand what you were talking about. Okay, on Sunday, July 17th, Mercury in Cancer in your 7th house. Okay, I've got a cat. I don't know if you can hear how bad. Very bad, girl. Oh, anyways, okay. Mercury in Cancer in your 7th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 3rd house of Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Cancer in your 7th house also trines Neptune in your 3rd house of Pisces. So we're back to even like agreements and contracts and the written word. Okay, the 3rd house is also these very things, along with the 7th. Okay, so somebody could be trying to get you, you know, to agree to something. Maybe it is good. These are trines, so it doesn't seem like it's too bad, but it is a trine to Neptune. Okay, so you always have to be careful with Neptune, because it creates a cloud, like a fog around you, and but it's a trine though, so it's good, but it's still, there could be something missing that's very important. I wouldn't sign anything if I were you right now, that's all. I'd keep it in the talking stage. You can still talk about it. You don't have to do things right away, right? Okay, so for Libra, on Wednesday, July 13th, Venus in Gemini in your 9th house trines Saturn in Aquarius in your 5th house. So you could possibly be having a long-distance romance, okay? 9th house is long-distance travel and communications, and the house of adventure, exploration, space travel, higher learning, okay, your philosophy on life, your religious and spiritual beliefs, and just so many, many things. But it's a trine to Saturn in your 5th house of romance, creativity, speculation, children. You know, I believe that, you know, someone is, it's some kind of communication, but it could actually be maybe travel, long-distance travel, someone coming to see you, and it could be romantic, or it could be in regards to a child. On Thursday, July 14th, Mercury in Cancer in your 10th house sextiles Uranus, transiting in your 8th house of Taurus, and on the same day, Venus in Gemini in your 9th house squares Neptune, transiting in your 6th house of Pisces. So very nice sextile from Mercury in your 10th house of your career, your public persona, how you're known by reputation, personally and professionally. Sextile to Uranus in your 8th house of other people's resources and money. Means that maybe your reputation alone precedes you and someone is helping you. It could be someone you least expect, or you could, the help that they're giving you is like phenomenal. You are like surprised by it. Could be a lot, or it could be less, or whatever, but there's something about it that you weren't expecting, but somebody could be helping you Could be financial, you know, it could even be them just putting in a good word for you, but it has something to do with your career or your reputation. On the same day with Venus in your 9th house, squaring Neptune in your 6th house, not a bad transit at all. You know, from Venus is just a square, and what I always say what this usually means is because 6th house is the workplace, 9th house is the house of knowledge, higher learning. A lot of times, you know, your coworkers are doing a job that you feel isn't correct, right? And that maybe you know differently, you know better, in fact you know more, maybe you're more experienced. And this is like one of those times where you're just like, you're tired of even pointing it out to them that they're doing something wrong on the job, okay? They do it all the time. So I think you're just going to let it slide because it never really helps anyway. Sometimes some people listen to you, sometimes they can't be bothered listening to anybody, okay? On Saturday, July 16th, the Sun in Cancer in your 10th house conjuncts Mercury in Cancer in your 10th house. So, if you were waiting for news on a position that you were interested in, okay, as far as a job goes, and even if you don't work at all, there is some kind of elevated status that you're after, okay? This would be the day that you would hear about it. You may even be in the public eye for some reason. You could be interviewed. Or maybe your interview was done previously when planets were in your 9th house where you have Gemini. And it's being published now. It's being, let's say, on the internet. Or in a physical, regular paper, magazine, something like that. But, you know, you could say or do something publicly, especially like on social media, that gets an awful lot of attention. So if I were you, I would watch what I say. You know, it's nothing bad, but it's just that everybody's really going to notice whatever it is that you do or say at this time. Any other time, you know, really wouldn't matter, but for some reason, just because these planets are in your 10th house, your most public house, at this time it's a good idea to just be careful, especially on social media. Okay, on Sunday, July 17th, Mercury in Cancer in your 10th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 6th house of Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Cancer in your 10th house also trines Neptune in Pisces in your 6th house. So this is like really, really good. Your 10th house is your house of your career. Your 6th house is the kind of work that you do. So your reputation is enhancing your ability to do your job or to do it differently or to bring in more work, especially if you're self-employed, to possibly gain like really influential clients or prestigious kind of clients. You're being associated with the kind of work that you do, so you're getting like acclaim of some kind. You know, people are talking about you publicly, and it's in regards to the beautiful work that you do.